it's Natalie.
It's Emily.
Hey y'all, it's Madeline.
And I'm Autumn, and this is TWT.
Hey y'all, welcome back to TWT. My name is Madeline, and today we have yet another special guest for y'all. Today's topic will cover a major part of transitioning to college, living on campus. It is a big step when it comes to living on your own for the first time. It can be especially scary if you have never had this type of independence before. With me, I have our special guest, Liz, an RA here at Stark Hall. Why don't you tell the audience a little about yourself, Liz?
Hi guys, my name is Liz. I'm an RA in Stark Hall, and it's my second year here at TWU, and it's really, really great. So I'm so excited to tell you guys all about it.
Awesome, thank you. So just starting off right with the first question. So where on campus have you lived before?
So like I said, I'm a second year here. So my first year I was in PV, Parliament Village, which is where all the freshmen are. It was a great experience. You know, community bathrooms can be a little change.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, it's a little
yeah,
different.
from like having my own bathroom my whole life, it was definitely like
yeah, it was a little, and then also like if you've always been by yourself in a room, you know, because I had a double, so you know, but I like the roommate experience though. It was good. I really like PV. It's a nice residence hall, and I like the community of how all the freshmen were there. So like, you know, everybody had the same, like, not struggles, but the same like little problems. So, you know, if you were having trouble adapting, I'm pretty sure, you know, other people were also having trouble. But like that's what was so good about it. Like the community just brought you together. So PV was a really great place, and I used to live at PV last year, but now I live in Stark. So.
Yeah, because I lived in Parliament Village too last year, and I definitely agree with you that it is like a community. Like it made it seem like a little bit better because I loved how you mentioned that everyone has the same struggles, because it definitely makes you feel like that you're not alone at all.
Yeah, it was a good comfort. It was a really great comfort, especially like throughout the year because it's your first year, and like everybody's adapting, everybody's getting used to having classes at different times, and it's just really fun. Especially like I was in an LLC, so that was really interesting because my entire floor was all science majors because I'm a kines major. So it was all science majors, and we pretty much had most of the same classes. So I always had like a floor mate that had the same class as me, so I could just, you know, do study sessions in the lobby or in the lounge. So it was really, really convenient. It was really great.
So I know you mentioned LLCs. Why don't you explain to our audience what that really is?
Okay, sure. LLCs are living learning communities, and it's just like the school puts you in the same area as a lot of the same majors as you. So like if you're in health sciences, you're usually just with all the sciences. So like biology, kinesiology, nursing, pre-PT, things like that. So like just to make your experience academic wise a little better so that you guys have the same classes, and they also like try to maintain you guys in the same classes. So it's really nice when, especially for your first year, to have people that you know in your class, so like you can walk to class together, you can do homework together, you can do things like that together. So the LLC just kind of unites you with like the same people academically wise, like major wise.
Wow. So I kind of like heard of LLCs, but I never really knew what it was because I'm a social work major and my roommate's a nursing major. So we didn't live in an LLC. We still don't live in an LLC. So that's super interesting for like people who maybe really want that community, or they're going, like you said, health science majors who really want something like that.
Yeah.
Like that's some good information to have.
Yeah, it's I thought it really helped me. It was really good. I enjoyed it.
Awesome. So glad to hear. So why did you want to become an RA?
Yeah, I wanted to be an RA because like I said, my first year it was challenging because I've never been away from home. You know, it's weird. So my RA just really helped me, like encouraging me to try out new things, like go to events. She was very resourceful, and where like, you know, if I was struggling in like math, she's like, go to the math lab. I didn't even know it existed. You know, your RA just,
Yeah.
yeah, like they really help you with like helping you discover all the resources campus and housing has to offer to you as a student. So like she really just inspired me like to be an RA, and I want to help all my residents and help anybody like to have a better experience at TWU, because TWU has so many resources and so many like helpful things, and a lot of people don't know about them. So
Mm,
like, you know, just at my RA just exposed me to all of the resources and things like that. It really it made me happy, and it made me feel like I got to do like the fullest here at TWU. So I just want to do that to others, because not everybody has that, and I hope I can. So that's why I wanted to be an RA.
oh, that's so sweet. Like you already are a super sweet person. So
Oh,
that's
thank
awesome that
you.
you mentioned that. But yeah, I certainly felt that with my RA. But shout out to Caitlin, you're my
Yeah,
RA.
shout out to Jasmine. She's a really great RA. She's still an RA. She's a PV RA right now still. So
Oh,
yeah, so it's really cool like having to see her, and we got to go to training together. Like it was cool. It was really nice.
oh, awesome. Yeah, because like my RA, she was so great. Like I don't know, it just felt good for just like walking in and like if I come home for the weekend, she'd be sitting there like, oh hi Madeline, how are you? Like there she was always there and she always asked how I was and definitely was like super nice because it just didn't feel I don't want to say like alone, but it was just like nice knowing that like someone had your back. Also, she was older than me. She was like a year older, so I could ask her for like advice, and she always had like all the answers. It was I could ask her the most random thing, and she'd be like, "I know that," and she'd immediately
Yeah.
like send me a link, and I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah, it's really comforting. It's comforting to have like an RA that knows her information and like or their information and like knows everything.
Mhm.
Or not everything, right?
Yeah.
But like they're prepared, and it's really nice. It's comforting because you know you're like you said, not that you're alone, but like now you don't
Mhm.
have your parents with you. Like if you want to find something out about TW, about anything, you need to find that out by yourself. And like having an RA, you know, it's really nice because they help you with all those things. So it's just a good
Yeah.
experience. It's good.
I'll also shout out my RA this year, Jackie. You're pretty great too. You're very good.
Woo!
I don't want to leave anyone out.
Yeah, you're right. Go RAs, go RAs.
Woohoo.
Woo!
So far, like with you being an RA, I know it's been quite only like a little bit of a short time, but do you have any favorite stories that you've had so far?
There, I think actually this literally happened yesterday because no, it's you know, being an RA comes with a lot of responsibility, and
Hmm.
you know, you have to do planning events and things like that. Well, when a residence hall has a event, so the RAs are in charge of a bunch of committees. Like for example, Stark is gonna have Stark in the Dark this Friday, October 28th. So it'll be really, really fun. We all have
Hmm.
to do like different committees. So I was part of the costume committee and we got to spend a lot of money. So
Oh.
yeah, it's really fun because you get to go and you spend a lot of money. And so the cash registers are, I mean the cashiers, they're all just like, oh my God, what is she doing? Like, why is she buying like 400 plushies right now? Like that's weird. But yeah, I think it's really funny when you see like the cashiers reactions when you're buying
Hmm.
just a large amount of things. There's that, and I really like my staff. It's really fun just
Hmm.
being around different people. Yeah, a lot of like that.
That's amazing. And I did go to Stark in the Dark last year, and
Oh
I
yeah?
did. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I did enter the costume contest, but me and my roommate did not win, sadly.
Uh,
Maybe we'll do it this Friday.
oh yeah, you have to enter. You have to enter to see if you win, because I was in charge of the prizes and I can tell you the prizes are really nice.
All right. I might just have to take your word up for that.
You have
So
to be.
speaking of like different because I know you mentioned like events. So what are some of your favorite events that the housing department has put on so far?
Okay, if you had asked me this like last week on Monday, I would have said block party. But I went to
Mm,
Boo at the U last Thursday.
yeah.
It was so much fun. Like just it's really nice to see like all the people in costumes and the little kids just walking around in costumes and like trick-or-treating and stuff. And then
Hmm.
like there was a haunted house this year. I'm not sure if there was one last year because I wasn't able to attend last year, but there was
Hmm.
one this year and it was pretty cool too. Like I really enjoyed my experience there. So Boo at the U is definitely an event you want to go to because I don't know, they just it's fun to dress up and it's fun to like
Yeah.
guys with your friends, like go get a couple of like costume ideas for future like Halloween costumes and like
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure the dance team like performed, Oakley performed, like
I
it was,
saw that.
yeah, they dressed up as Michael Jackson, so that was pretty cool. And just trick or treating and get to go see like the different organizations because all the TW
Mhm.
organizations like go and they give candy, so it's fun to like go and see what organizations there are and what you can potentially like join. So I thought it was a really great event. So Boo at the U is definitely my fave, but Block Party is also really good.
Yeah, those are
Love
both really fun because I went to Boo at the U for the first time too, and I didn't realize like what a big like community event it was. I was like,
it
it
really
felt
is.
like something like I don't know, like
Like it was giving Halloween Town vibes or something because it was like
yes.
it was really cool because like you just see all the little munchkins like little kids like, walking around
Yeah.
and you're like wow like they like parents bring their kids and they like trick or treat like on a college campus, so it's really sweet, it's really cute, I love it, it's fun.
Yeah, I
So
feel like that's what the housing department does so well is that they do so many events. So there's so many things for maybe people who haven't really made any friends yet. They can go to all these events and make a friend. And it's just, you're never bored. There's always something to do and some kind of community-based thing, which I absolutely love. And I think it's great for like that transition from, living at home to maybe coming to college for the first time.
no, I really agree because TW like they have a lot of events. Like
Hmm.
I really do enjoy them though. Like I love going to events. I think, free stuff and free experiences.
Yeah.
Good. Like that's it's a good experience. I love it.
Mhm.
That's what I like about TW. So many events, especially like even in your residence halls, like all your RA should be doing like programs and stuff. So those are
Mhm.
really fun to go, and you get to go like socialize with your floor. And if
Yeah.
you haven't gotten the chance to like meet them, you can go to those events and just like meet them there. So it's nice.
Awesome. So just on to the next question, still on the topic of housing. So I'm sure this is a question on many people's minds as they're applying for college, but what does applying for housing look like?
Right. Applying for housing is just putting your basic info and then going to the TW housing portal and you kind of just like check what residence hall fits you best.
Hmm.
Obviously if you're a freshman, you're gonna have to go to PV, but once you go on from there, you can usually choose what tower you want. And then of course, it goes, do you want a single, do you want a double? And that's up to you. But in my opinion, I think you should do doubles because I feel like the roommate, the room experience is just so nice. So far for me, right? So, but yeah, the housing it's very simple and yeah, it's a simple process. And it's open. It's open right now. So if anybody wants to apply.
Awesome. So I know you mentioned like with a double room. So obviously that comes with a roommate. And I know a lot of people may be worried about roommates, if they lived alone before, they've only had their own room. So when picking a roommate, what do you suggest that people do?
Yeah, so what I like about TWU was that they have this thing, this little questionnaire. I believe it's like on My College Roomie. I'm not sure if you remember, Madeline, like doing that big whole questionnaire. It was like a big survey basically. And you get to like put everything about you, your daily habits, your hygiene, your sleeping habits, things like that. And um basically once you complete it, it tells you your compatibility with all the other candidates that you can be a
Hmm.
roommate with. So like it's really like as long as you're honest on the questionnaire, you finding a roommate will be simple and easy. So yeah, like it's a really it's a good process. I like how TW has that process on there. And I know a lot of people are scared about doing a double room, but having a
Hmm.
roommate is just a great experience, I think, especially when you're on a new campus, because so are they. Usually, when you're coming in as a freshman, it's their first year too. So you guys have that in common. Y'all can find more things in common as you keep on getting to know each other. And like I said before, like TW has so many events, and it's nice to have somebody to go
Hmm.
to the events with, right? And
Mm.
having a roommate is just fun, and you get to like hang out with them. And the compatibility survey just has done a really good job for me so far. And yeah, I think it could be a good experience or a bad experience, but so far it's been a really great experience having a roommate. And yeah.
Awesome, because I had a really good experience having a roommate. Well, I didn't really have to go to the process of choosing one because my roommates, as I'm pretty sure you know, my best
Oh,
friends.
right, right. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. No, yeah,
So,
like it's scary, having to meet like somebody new, but
mhm,
um a lot of people just hanging out with them every day, you get used to it and you get to
mhm.
like get to know them and you're like, okay, like I really like this person. So it's a good experience. It's good.
Awesome, because I know that's definitely can be nerve-wracking when people, like I said before, if they've like I've had my own room my whole life, so definitely coming here and having a roommate was like in a shared space was like an adjustment. But I
Mhm.
agree with you. I definitely go for it and get that double room and try and get that roommate.
Yeah, and it's like and life is never boring with a roommate because there's always like,
Hmm.
stuff to talk about. You guys can, I don't know, play a game when you're not studying. You need to get away from the studying. You can just like play cards or go out, do whatever. So
Hmm.
it's nice. Having a roommate is nice.
There's definitely a bunch of fun stuff to do on the square for sure. If you
Oh
are,
yeah.
hmm
Have you
like
tried that ice cream place that everybody
Beth
talks about?
Marie's.
Yeah, very, very good.
Hmm. That's my favorite. So my roommate and I definitely go do that a lot.
Yeah, we recently tried. Have you seen gnome cones?
Yes, I
It's like
love
a
gnome
snow cone
cone.
place. It's so cute. I
I
went.
know.
It was Monday. It was really
Hmm.
nice. It was good experience.
Awesome. So I think this next question kind of a lot of people are dealing with this, which is homesickness. I know I
Mm.
certainly felt homesick. I remember when it was like the weeks before first coming to TW, I was adamant like I'm not gonna be homesick. I'm not gonna feel sad that I'm leaving. But I remember like the second night I took a shower and I literally started crying because I got so homesick and I missed home. So have you personally ever been homesick?
Oh, I have.
Mm-hmm.
I love being home. Well, I live in Dallas, so it's just
Yeah.
like what, 45 an hour away, but yeah, I miss my family. I miss my dogs. It can get very overwhelming being here by yourself, but um you know, it's just a part of like growing up and living out of home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Living away from home. But homesickness is definitely a thing. It still happens to me sometimes here. Like my
Yeah.
mom, texts me, like, "Hey, I cooked this for dinner," and I'm like, "Oh, like, I miss that. Like I miss
Mm-hmm.
being with my family every day." But you know, coming here to TWU and like making friends and like just meeting new people, I feel like somewhat fills the homesickness, right? Or distracts
Mm-hmm.
you from being away from home. And it's just like finding ways that make you happy here at TWU is just the best way to get rid of homesickness, I think. But yeah, I definitely do get homesick sometimes.
Yeah.
That's normal. It's normal though.
Yeah, because I
But
feel like it's like a lot of people don't talk about it because like I had someone tell me like I went home a couple times like you're going home, like why are you going home, like you should be staying getting like the true college experience. I'm like I miss home.
yeah, yeah. No, me freshman year, I think the first semester I went home every single weekend.
Yeah.
So it's like I understand, I know what you mean, but I don't think you should be ashamed about being homesick. Like
Hmm.
you miss home and that's okay. If
Yeah.
you have the chance to go home. So yeah.
So I know you probably kind of already touched on this on your last answer, but what advice can you give residents who are homesick?
Oh yeah, definitely making friends and like good
Hmm.
um relationships with others, just like to be able to socialize with others. Because part of being homesick for me is like I miss talking to my mom. So like,
Hmm.
you have a friend and you can talk to them. I think for me it really helps me with being homesick, and it also gives me a little distraction, because when you
Yeah.
think about it, you're sitting down alone in your room or something, you're like, oh, like I miss home. But if you're out going to events like in the library with your friends, because like me personally, I love going to the library, so
Hmm.
like
We've
sitting in
definitely
the
run into
library
each
with
other a few times.
oh yeah, man, all the time we'll meet each other there. I was talking about this with my friends. We're like, we literally see the same like 20 people here all the time. They're
Yeah,
all
every
there. We just
Tuesday.
alternate time. Yeah, every Tuesday we see each other there. So yeah, I mean, it's great. Just like being able to socialize with others. I feel like it takes away my homesickness. But definitely I guess going to events and like just putting yourself out there and like getting part of organization, getting to like join other organizations at TW, because like I said, TW has a lot of organizations. So like just
Mm.
go out there and join them and live your life, just don't sit and just be like, oh, I'm homesick. No, go and do something.
She said, leave the door.
Yeah, leave the door. Leave it.
Leave. Shut the door.
Yeah, shut the door. Lock the door.
That's for sure. Speaking of
Yeah.
locking doors, have you ever lost your key before?
No, I've
I have
never
not
lost
either.
Wait, lost or lockout? Those are two different things.
Oh, are they? What's the difference?
Okay, lockout is like when you lock yourself out of the room and you have to like go downstairs,
Oh.
get a new key, and then go open the door, get your key, and then give the old key to them. The losing key is like losing the key, like flat out don't know where it is.
Because I know a
I
lot of
wouldn't.
people are like nervous about that.
Yeah. See, TWU, a policy they have is, if you lock yourself out of your room, you can always go downstairs and ask for a lockout key, and you just come up here, open the room and get your key, go return the lockout key. But the thing is, if you do lock yourself, you get 2 free lockouts, and then your third time you do have to pay a fee. But
Oh.
you know, but people rarely lock themselves out of their room. Like
Mm.
usually it's not big of a deal. But no, you'll be okay. You'll be okay with lockouts. No, lockouts are not too bad. Like me personally, like my freshman year in TV, I locked myself like 2 times, but I usually just waited for my roommate to come back. That's what's so great about roommates.
That's what
Like,
happened to me too. Like I would just
yeah,
wait outside. I'm like,
yeah,
all
me
right,
too.
Leah,
Like
when you coming back?
for real, like sitting outside of the door, and I was like, Samantha, are you almost here? Because I locked myself out of the room. But yeah, like definitely just don't worry about it. It'll be fine. As you keep like as the time goes by, you'll be used to like having your key on you at all times.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely don't worry about that. So it'll be good. Lockouts are okay. Don't worry about
She said, let's
lockouts.
normalize lockouts.
Yeah, let's normalize lockouts, guys. It'll be fine.
So with that, that leads me to our final question. So what are the benefits you have found of living on campus?
Yeah, a lot of benefits. Living on campus, a couple of benefits are, I would say, the community of it and being so close
Mhm.
to like other students. So like me, I'm in my well, technically I'm a junior, right? But I've only been here 2 years, but I'm a junior, so
Yeah.
I'm taking a couple of like difficult classes. So
Mhm.
it's been really helpful that most of the people in my class are living on campus. So when a big test comes up, we can always like go to the library like around, I don't know, 6 and stay there till like closing,
Yeah.
just because we live on campus, so we can just walk back to our dorm and be done with it. You know what I mean? Or just meeting people here on campus and being able to hang out with them after class instead of having to drive around. It's a good environment, I feel like. And it's helped me a lot throughout classes.
Mhm.
Another benefit though is probably just being able to like go to the programs that the Florida has. I don't know.
Mm.
I feel like socializing with everybody else is really fun, and like meeting new people. I love to meet new people. Um, Especially like I said, I was in LLC my freshman year, but now like, well, I'm the RA of the floor, but my entire floor is just filled with different majors. So it's really
Oh.
interesting. Yeah, it's really interesting to see like, I don't know, a poli-sci major like going with like an education major, and they're just talking
Mhm.
about their classes, and it's like, oh, I didn't even know that existed. Oh, I didn't even know. It's really cool. It's like to see the majors, collide. Like, everybody come together and talk about their majors. So that's really cool. And one more thing, I think, would be just the experience of living on campus and being by yourself and just growing as a person and
Mm.
getting to feel independent, because even if you do have a roommate, like you still are in charge of your clothes, you're still in charge of like your side of the room, you're still in charge of
Mhm.
like keeping yourself together, you know what I mean? So it's a nice experience. I really enjoy it. I love living on campus.
Awesome. Because I also love living on campus too. I love that you can, for one, campus is not that big, so it's literally like a 5-minute walk to the library. So that's really nice.
Yeah. No, yeah, the
Uh,
library is it's really good. That's like a go-to all the time.
mhm. And it's definitely nice, like how you mentioned the community. Like it's definitely easy to really hang out with people if you really just need a break. There's so many like places to go take a break and just hang out with your friends and things like that. So I think that's super important as well.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So, all right, y'all, that includes our episode. Thank you so much, Liz, for joining me and talking about all things housing. You gave us so much great advice. I'm sure so many people are so welcoming to that advice and really needed it. So thank you for that. We
No
hope that
problem.
you we hope that we have answered some of your questions about housing. My name is Madeline, and thank you all for listening to yet another podcast of TWT. Until next time, pioneers.